Okay, so the Evercade Nexus has been announced. I've taken a bit of time before rushing out a video, just finding out some extra details and really making sure that I understood what was what. So the Evercade Nexus is a new handheld from Blaze Entertainment and will ultimately replace the EXP-R, although that will remain in production for the rest of the year and continue to be supported. It retains the Tate mode of the EXP. Only appears now that when in Tate mode you'll be controlling with an analog stick, but you'll have access to all 4 face buttons, which means it should work for all games that use Tate mode, as there were a couple which required 4 face buttons that you couldn't use when playing on the EXP. It has a larger screen, almost 6 inches, and apparently has better brightness. Technically it's a 5.89 inch screen with an 840 by 512 resolution. It's IPS with 500 plus nit or NIT brightness. It uses Wi-Fi 6, so updates will be faster. The battery life is said to be 5 hours plus, so that will be an improvement on the EXP, although my EXP did go for over 4 hours, so it's not bad. The analog sticks look pretty good, quite sort of Switch-like. Yeah, obviously you won't know until I get my hands on one, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Just a single cart slot, as there had been a lot of speculation that it might have a dual cart slots, but yeah, I guess I didn't go that route or feel any need to go that route. It also has a customizable RGB light up logo. How that will play out, whether it has any bearing on games, I don't know. Probably not, maybe. It also has the Eversync, which is, I suppose, the cause for the name Nexus, allowing it to link up with other Nexus or another Nexus whatever, and allow for multiplayer on handhelds. So that's a feature people have been asking for or hoping for a link cable. Sounds nice, I'm sure it works fine. I doubt it's something I would use. Most likely, if I play Evercade multiplayer, it will still be on the VS or the Alpha like it is these days. But then I'm not primarily a handheld gamer. It has Bluetooth and wireless headphone support, another feature people have been asking for. So overall, I think this is a good upgrade on the Evercade. It's not essential. You shouldn't have really much in the way of FOMO if you already have an Evercade handheld, unless you're really into your 3D platformers and the games that will make use of the dual analog stick, or if you just really want a larger screen. But for the most part, you'll be able to go on as you are without buying it, which I think hits that nice mark. It's, like I say, they're not encouraging FOMO. Well, aside from maybe releasing a special edition, but hey, that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? I will get one because my EXP has the L1 button I've had to reseat a few times. So yeah, when this comes out, I will get one. I won't be able to pre-order it straight away, but I will get one pre-ordered before release. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. Also, it is a slightly more powerful device than the other Evercades. I guess this is to cope with the Eversync and running things like the RGB. I'm sure they don't take much power at all, but anything that would drain the resources of it before it's emulating the games, well, I suppose they have to make sure it's got a bit more horsepower under the bonnet. Blaze have said they have no plans to do Nexus exclusive games at this point, and Evercade will continue to have games that will run across all devices within the ecosystem, which I imagine is going to be a relief to a lot of people, because I had heard of people say that if they went for an Evercade 2 and they'd have to get a new device so that, then they wouldn't be too happy with that and they would not follow in those footsteps. So I think Blaze have largely nailed it with this one. It's not essential, but it's an interesting and exciting enough upgrade that if you're someone like me, you might well upgrade to it, but you won't feel that you have to. But going forward, this will become the standard Evercade handheld. Of course, there is the price point. I know some people expressed concern over that before its release, and I was of the mind if it hits under £200, it's okay. The base unit is £169.99 and the limited edition £89.99 with a few extras. And I think that's fine. It's sufficiently under £200 to be worth picking up. It's naturally going to be more expensive than the EXP with a larger screen, more powerful hardware and analog sticks. It will cost more to produce, so I think they've set the price about right. You may well disagree, and at times like these, I mean, everything's going up. The cost of living is going up. I know myself, my income is suffering a bit at the moment, and yeah, it's not the best of times financially for people, but I think it's still within the budget range when it comes to consoles. I mean, I'm glad I'm not feeling any urge to buy a PS5 right now. It also comes with the Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie dual cart, and it's good to see that these are coming out as a separate cart. I think everyone expected it would after the Rare Super Pocket was announced, and these are native ports. They're not N64 emulation. It's made specifically for the Evercade. At least I think that's the case anyway. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people who are much more excited for the Banjo-Kazooie collection than I am. I'm a little bit indifferent to it. I was never a huge fan of Banjo-Kazooie, but I will get it and play them through and maybe reassess. But that's something for October by the sounds of it, because that's when this is releasing. And I would probably put my money on the Doom cart or collection or whatever it is, or however it is they're doing Doom. Anyway, I think it'll release around the same time. It just kind of makes sense. But maybe it'll be a month after, who knows, or the month before, who knows, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, so the Evercade Nexus, yeah, I think it's a neat device. It is exactly what I expected, give or take a few features, and I'm excited for it. Like I said, I will get one. But what about you? Do you think it's worth getting? Are you excited? Are you disappointed? A lot of the speculation was getting very out of hand prior to the actual announcement. Will you get one? What do you think of the price? All the usual questions. Drop any thoughts and stuff in the comments below if you want. You don't have to. I might even reply if you're really unlucky. But my final line on it, yep, I think they've found the right balance with this one, and as long as the actual product when it arrives is on par with the description, I suppose, then it'll be good. I know there have been some issues like with the EXP, whether it's light bleed, battery life, the volume being quite quiet. When I was relatively lucky with mine, battery life has been solid. The volume, yeah, it's a little bit on the quiet side, especially compared to the Super Pocket, but generally blades do seem to listen, so hopefully they've sorted all these things and we will have a more premium device. And it does seem that the Nexus is leaning into that, so fingers crossed. Anyway, I think that's enough rambling for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.